What we want to be able to do with this is to, first of all, locate the site in respect to the rest of the world. So that's why we're running a GPS static session. We can connect that point then to the UTM grid. It allows us to kind of map things out on the globe in meters for small sectors of the globe. So, and our grid over at the caves on the eastern heads is also UTM. So we have a point right now. We've already got some points off of this base station that will now tell us exactly where this site is in relation to that site and what elevation it's at also, which is important when we're trying to understand landscapes in the past. These differences in elevation would have been important for where people were locating themselves, how landscape has changed over time. Those are all kind of things that we'd want to know. These hand-axe sites actually around Knysna, interestingly, they're all kind of high elevation sites. And they're all, so they're kind of up on these headlands. So this is a pretty typical site, I think. So the fact that you have all of this ESA material, early Stone Age material, on the surface here is kind of nice for us, because usually we only encounter this when people do road cuts or fence cuts, and otherwise the surface is very highly vegetated. So now you've got this kind of opened up surface, so we can see where things are. Certainly some stuff has been moved, but on the surface, a surface scatter of sites kind of gives us an idea of where the concentration of materials might be. And so what we'd like to do is, first of all, get all this placed on the globe, so placed on our UTM grid, and then within the site itself, map the distribution of artifacts, of cores and hand axes and flakes and hammerstones that I can see around the site itself, and see if we have any concentrations anywhere. At some point, that might give us an idea of where to dig if we wanted to put in a site, and try to find some actual stratigraphic context for this stuff. That would be great, so that would be helpful. The other thing that we're doing out here is coding the artifacts themselves. So we're not collecting any artifacts or actually moving any artifacts. We are just collecting information on them. And so we have a very standardized coding system that we use for that. So we'll shoot in their location, and then a different group is going to go through and collect information. These are all students from, in this case, I think today, everyone here is from the U.S. today. These are both undergraduate and postgraduate students. Most of them are out here for 4 to 6 weeks working with me on a different archaeological project. And some of them are actually on a kind of larger training project this summer where they're going to 2 sites. And so we had a special grant where we could facilitate that for a group of students, and so they get training with multiple directors in multiple time periods in different parts of the world, which is pretty unique.